Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be tackling the question of what happens if you exit your broadsword on Mission Midnight during the, well, broadsword run. So, during this part of the mission, the very beginning of the mission, you're obviously flying the broadsword around, and if you saw some of my previous videos, there's a lot of restrictions on this mission, on this part of the mission. There's a lot of things that are built in to, like, keep you going forward. If you try to stop your broadsword or if you slow down too much, there is like a minimum speed limit on this broadsword run. So if you like slow down your broadsword enough, no matter how you do it, the game will just blow you up instantly. And normally you can't exit your broadsword either. Like you just can't get out. You have to keep going forward. But what happens if you do get out anyways? Well, I modded it so that you could get out, and it's such a simple checkbox actually, and that's it. And you can get out. And as you can see there, once you get out, you instantly die. Now, there's a couple reasons for that. I think what's killing me is either when I get out, broadsword like impacts me and I die instantly, or I've fallen below the speed limit of this and the game blows me up. Either way, I had to get around those, so I further modded the game so that I'm invincible when I get out, so that I don't die instantly. And that's what we're gonna do here. So once I'm out, I'll be able to explore around, and the little minimum speed limit thing won't kill me either. So just gonna hop out here, and you can see I do take massive amounts of damage. I would have died, but obviously I can't die anymore. So that's how this works. So now we are out of the broadsword, and we are now actually on foot, and this whole terrain is all solid. You can actually walk around if you want and explore, and it is a huge map, and we'll get more to that in a little bit. But yeah, we can actually like walk around now. So during this broadsword run, by default, like you're actually weaponless. You don't have any weapons on you. Your only equipment is the hologram, and you do have a couple grenades. I think it might just be because I'm using the bandana skull. I don't remember, but yeah, it's probably because I'm using bandanas. I don't know if you have grenades or not normally, but you do have the hologram equipment. But other than that, you are weaponless during this part. Now the broadsword actually seems to be indestructible on this. I didn't make the broadsword invincible or anything. It landed, it crashed, and it didn't explode. So that seems to be something with the broadsword, or it might just have crazy amounts of health. But yeah, as you can see, like the broadsword, it just like slammed to the ground there. It did not crash, or it did not explode or anything like that. I could just get back in and start flying again. But yeah, so this whole area on the Didact ship, this whole broadsword run, it was obviously meant for a broadsword flying very fast across the map, because on foot it is huge. Like this area is so big that even with like acrophobia skull and flying around, it takes me a while to get anywhere. And also, like on the ground, you could tell that you weren't really meant to walk around, because you're kind of like walking on invisible floors. It's not aligned with like what's actually on the ground. Like you see all these like bumps and everything everywhere, but a lot of them are fake. Like a lot of them aren't real, or you see holes and like they're not really there. It's not really like this whole section. It looks great while flying, but like when you're actually like physically on the ground, there's a lot of like broken areas or inaccurate areas that you weren't really meant to see up close. But yeah, like the scale is just so huge. Like when you're flying around a broadsword, you won't notice it because you're flying really fast and you can maneuver around pretty quickly. But when you're like actually, as a Spartan on foot, or even with acrophobia skull, it takes a while just to get anywhere. Like on this last area where you're supposed to destroy all those beams or whatever, it takes a while to fly anywhere. Like even with acrophobia, it's supposed to be like really fast, because like people that use acrophobia on a regular map, it's really hard to control sometimes, and you might like impact like a ground or a wall and you'll die instantly. But not here. Like right now, I've sped this video up by 4 times, and if it wasn't for like all the turrets shooting at me, it'd be hard to tell that this is like being fast forwarded. It's the map is just so big, and I'm flying at maximum speed in acrophobia, but it's so big, it takes me so long to fly around that you can barely tell that the video is being sped up. Like at 4 times speed, it just barely looks like normal flying speed, and it still takes a little bit to fly around, even at 4 times the speed. But if you were wondering what happens if you beat this part of the mission without the broadsword, like I've lost my broadsword long ago now, and I could actually destroy these like little balls of like light without a weapon just by flying through them. Once you do that, during the cutscene, you do go right back into your broadsword. So that is what happens if you were wondering. So yeah, there you have it. Technically, what happens if you do exit your broadsword, despite not being able to normally, you would just die instantly. But if you make yourself invincible and you exit your broadsword, then, well, the broadsword survives the crash no matter where it is, and you can explore around the map. The ground is pretty solid, but it is quite odd for the terrain, and it is a huge area. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting. If you did, make sure to leave a like, leave thoughts in the comments, anything else you want me to check out or explore or look into, just let me know in the comments down below. But aside from that, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!